and the fact that it's gone down in the French Alps is not good. This is a fairly remote area. It's about 9,000 feet up with very few roads leading to it. So on top of the detail that we've got, 142 passengers on board, 2 pilots and 4 crew. I suppose from a rescuer's point of view, that's very, very difficult terrain to have to negotiate. As we know at the moment, the bare details are, it was not far into that flight from Barcelona to Düsseldorf when it crashed in this remote area close to Digne-les-Bains. It is an airliner that's a subsidiary of the very successful German airliner Lufthansa. Germanwings, it's a low-cost airliner, and most of those people would have been passengers heading back probably from vacation in Barcelona. As I say, details are sketchy at the moment. The weather, as you mentioned, seemed to be fine. I mean, it was cloudy with just light wind. The pilot did send an SOS message saying that the plane was in distress, but beyond that, we simply don't know. So rescue teams obviously on their way to that area at the moment, but it is an inaccessible area, and I suppose from a rescue point of view, that's not good.
All right, Bill Neely in London on this. Bill, thank you very much.
We want to turn to Tom Costello. He covers aviation for us. And Tom, I know you're just getting the details as we are, but talk about this plane, the A320, and when we put the map up, you see that it's a flight that started in Barcelona on its way to Dusseldorf, and this French Alps area looks to be about the midway point, maybe a little bit less than that.
Well, that's very concerning. I mean, the vast majority of incidents involving airliners, involving fatal or even non-fatal crashes occur at takeoff and landing. It's very rare to have something happen in flight. So I think immediately you're going to have the authorities looking at all probabilities here. The A320, the Airbus A320, is a workhorse of a plane. It is flown around the world, and it's, of course, built in Europe, but it's flown very heavily here in the United States, as you know, by the U.S. Airways fleet, by American Airlines, by United, by others. This is a very reliable plane, and it is a what we call a fly-by-wire plane. That means it is heavily automated with a lot of computer assistance and a lot of backup computer systems helping the pilots to fly the plane. It is not the old 737 pulley system. This is a very sophisticated aircraft. So what happened here, I think, at this point, it's anybody's guess.
And, Tom, just briefly, the last crash of an A320 that we can find right now was Air Asia Flight 8501 back in December 28th of 2014. That was a flight from Surabaya to Singapore. Did we ever find out what caused that plane to go down?
I off the top of my head, Matt, I don't know. I will tell you that this plane is just very, very commonly flown around the world. And it is, you know, I've been to the Airbus factories in France, and they will tell you we build planes for all of the world to fly, not just the best and the brightest that come out of the world's air forces. We build them to fly by pilots who may not be the top caliber pilots. So the fact that this has happened, what it appears to be in mid-flight, is very concerning.
You say that. Also, we learned from Bill Neely that the pilot may have been able to get off some kind of SOS or distress call. Does that fill in any blanks for you?
Well, that would suggest that they were aware that obviously they had an incident of some sort, whether it would be, you know, my concern here is that a single engine failure will generally not bring down an aircraft these days. So, you know, you would have to be looking at some sort of a catastrophic event, whether that would be both engines, losing both engines for some reason, keeping in mind that birds don't fly at 34,000 feet. Whether it might be some sort of a criminal event, we simply don't know.
All right, Tom Costello.